into it today. Got a few things to show you. We're going to see, hopefully it'll work out really well. Hey, Chris, how you going? Hey, Diane, nice to catch you. Nice to catch you. Who am I going here? Hey, Leslie, how are you? And Tracy again. Glad you set your alarm, Tracy, and got up nice and early for that. Give us some love, and then let's go straight into this. I'm going to talk about two things today, taking your salon from the war zone to the happy zone. And a few things happened this week that I want to dive in and talk about. So first of all, let's talk about you opening a nightclub or opening a coffee shop. And I'm going to want to share some things with you today. So just so we can be on the same page here, let's get him in there. Let's use him. Hey, let's do this. Okay, guys, you've got this. You should be able to see this guy now. So let's just say, hey, good morning, Diane. Hey, morning, Chris. So, okay, you're going to open a coffee shop, and I want to show you this dude here. So see this dude? You know who he is. So if you were going to open up a coffee shop, what would the furniture be like? What would the music be like? What sort of coffees would you offer? What sort of food do you think you would offer this sort of dude? So let's say you opened a coffee shop, you attracted people like him, let's get him in, let's make sure we've got the right music for him, let's say we've got the right chairs. I imagine we're going to have something that's maybe organic or wooden or some crates, something really grungy, hey. So the problem we have is you've got someone like him and you've opened it up and you started to do okay and things are good and you're feeling good because that's what you wanted to open. You would market that completely different. You really would if you were going to open a salon or a coffee shop for Betty here. So if you guys can see Betty here, is Betty on the screen? Let's find out if she's on the screen. Come on, Betty. Come on, I know you're slow. Let's see if we can do you through here, Betty. You know you are. Let's have a look where you are. Come on. It's a slow thing for you, I know, Betty, but let's see if we can get you up here. There we go. Betty is here. So cool. So, for example, you want to attract Betty. So if you've got this dude who's coming in, it's quite organic, and you're charging a high end for him because he's happy to pay it, and you now want to start targeting Betty and all her friends, you're going to have something a little bit different to offer Betty. Now, the thing is, if you start getting more Bettys into your coffee shop, you're now going to have to start doing jam donuts, so you're going to have to do like a Victoria sandwich and tea. This dude down here, you know the one we saw a second ago? You know the one? I'm going to show you him now. You know, the one that you really wanted to do. Here's his brother, okay? So with someone like him, he's not going to come in. He's going to see Betty there, and he's going to go, you know what? I don't want to be with these sort of people. These people are a little bit funky, little bit messy. I don't really want to hang with these sort of people. Let's just make sure we're all good because I'm a bit, there we go. I was a bit slow there, guys. Hey, okay, so look, cool. Okay, so what we're talking about today, guys, well, you all come on here. Let's see how we go. What we're talking about is opening a coffee shop or a nightclub, something that's not a hair salon to make you think outside the box. Now, if you're attracting this sort of dude to come to you, this sort of guy who's going to come in and pay top dollar, he's not. If he's sitting in there right at the moment enjoying his cappuccino and his latte, and this lady walks past, this is Betty's neighbour, right? So if she walks past, she's not going to come in. She just isn't going to make the effort to actually come in at all. She's just not going to come in. So what we're going to decide is you've got this hair salon, right? And you're charging a certain amount and you're aiming at a certain client. You've got to realize that you can't necessarily mess around with two different people. If you want Betty and all her friends to come in, your bread and butter money, you're going to have to build your salon around Betty and her bread and butter money. If you want the guy to come in who's the top dollar guy and spends a lot of money, you've got to do something a bit different. You can't have them both. And when we say you can't have them both, what we're talking about here is to get your salon from what I call the war zone all the way over to, let me just stop sharing now, guys, because there you go, cool, I'm back on here. What I want to say is to take your salon from what I believe is just average over to something that's going to give you a really good lifestyle. What's going to happen is you're going to have some certain steps and put them into place. And that means that you've got to know who you're trying to attract and how you're going to get them. Do they hang out on Facebook? Do they hang out in the yellow pages? Do they hang out at the home and you've got to go and deliver them with a leaflet? This is something you've got to find out, guys. I'm just going to change here a second so you can see my screen. What happens is that you've got to market yourself a little bit differently. And if you call and build your salon to aim at the trendy dudes who pay the higher money, They want to come back as regular as Betty. And now if you aim at Betty, the guy with the beard and the trendy dude with the top knot's not going to come in because you've got too many Bettys in there. So the difference is you need to know how you're going to get from the war zone over to the happy zone. And there's certain criteria that you've got to put in place for this to happen. You need to make certain steps that's actually going to get there. Yeah, good on you guys. I'm glad you're all here. There we go. There we go. Glad you've joined. Hey, Lonnie, well done. Hey, nearly booked today, Tracy. Good on you. Love your videos, Kat. Thank you, Karen. Thank you very much. I love doing them. It's nice to go. Hey, Marina, how are you? So to get yourself over from here to the war zone to the happy zone, you mentioned this the other day. You can't do it on your own. I'm going to share with you today 2 things. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is know who your market is, guys, and how to talk to them the right way. If you're trying to attract Bettys or you're trying to attack the trendy guy, you know the 2 different stories completely. Now, I just want to share this with you if I can. Let's get through here. Where are we? Okay, cool. I want to share this with you. This was my story today, which happened in the week. So let me come on the screen. We're here. We're live. Okay, we're good. So I had this client of mine contact me, and she knows me very well. And she had this staff member that she took on, and she wanted to know, is she going to be a good staff member or not? And you may have staff members like this literally in your salon now. So I want to go through a criteria and explain something to you. I'm going to show you what my interview technique was, why I never had contracts in my salon because I never needed them, because I employed really well. And yeah, every now and again I got a bit on the bum, but that's okay, you know, because 9 out of 10 times I sort of trusted in my gut that the people that I took on were good people, and they generally were. In the UK, for example, we had an awful lot of football hooligans, and we used to cage them in. So when you went to the football or the soccer to watch a game, we used to cage them in. And some guys said if you treat them like animals, they'll behave like animals. So they took the cages down and it became better. So it's very similar to your staff. If you try and get them to sign a prenup, like you're already thinking they're going to be nasty and steal from you and have cameras everywhere and really go extreme, deep down, that's what they're going to think that you think of them. And there's no trust in there at all. And if you think that of them, they're going to be that sort of person. Anyway, off topic a little bit there. Sorry about the rant, guys. Okay, cool. Beautiful. So this particular salon owner that I spoke to this week, we talked about interviewing properly. So she wants this dream stylist to help her with her dream, right? So she's trying to get, for example, from, actually, I might draw on here. So she's here. Let me give you a pen. Cool. So she's here and she wants to get up the mountain here. That's where she wants to get to. She's going to have to build a team to get her there. It's as simple as that. Let me just try and make me a bit bigger there, guys. There you go. And I'll put me over here. Okay, cool. So, for example, you've got to have an idea of how you're going to do this, how you're going to get to this goal. You can't do it on your own. You're going to have someone to help you to get to this goal. Okay, I'm just making sure that my screen isn't, no, it's all good. So this is my personal interview technique that I learned. It's beautiful. I got taught this many years ago and it works really well. And I'll circle as I go, guys, with a nice bit of blue so you know how it is. Right, first of all, we go here. We put the advert out, number 1, okay? Number 1, we put the advert out to everybody, even if I have people that I know I'm going to take on. I want to see who's out there. So for at least 2 weeks, I tell the world I'm taking on. I'm going to take you guys on for 2 weeks. I don't care if I've already got some people lined up. I want to see who's out there. The next stage, number 2, I interview them, and I interview them all of them. If there's 150 applications, which we used to get a lot, I would interview them all. And there's a reason why I do that. I interview them all because I'm looking for this rough diamond. She's not going to come to me pre-done, pre-great, pre-fantastic. It's just not going to happen. Hey, Marino, you're back. Awesome, great. It's not going to actually happen. You see, the thing is, I'm going to have to fine-tune her, but I'm looking for this rough diamond, and I need to see a lot of rubbish for her to shine through. If I just pick a few to look at, I don't get to see that shine. They all become the same. And then you don't know who to take, and then you go with a smiley one, and you know you've made a mistake, which is going to be good. Right, let me explain. You interview them all, and you go, junk. I have 3 pieces of paper in the back room. Yes, no, maybe. That's simple as that. I sit down, I give them 5 minutes, I give them a questionnaire to fill in, and the questionnaire really, the answers are irrelevant. It's just to kill time so I can look at them and talk rubbish to them. I just want to talk to them, and I want to see if they can smile at me, and I want to see if they're happy people. Because people buy from happy people. It's as simple as that, guys. People buy from happy people. You got to think, 2 people come to you. 1, they haven't got skill, or 2, they're just bloody miserable. It's an attitude problem. You got to decide what it is. Anyway, back to the story. So I interview them all. Every single one of them, I'll sit there and I'll interview. And I'm looking for that rough diamond. After I've spoken to them, I get their piece of paper that they're filled in. I take it to the back room and I go, no, yes, call her back for a trial, or maybe. And there's 3 parts. And I can guarantee you every single person that goes in the maybe ends in the no. It's just the way it is. You know, just the way it is. But okay, I interview every single one of them. Then I get a bunch, even if some of them are a bit iffy. I know, I want them in. I'm looking for this diamond. So, stage 3, I get them in for a trial. Okay, simple as that. I get them in for a trial, and guess what? I won't speak to them. I don't say a word. I say hello and goodbye, and then I avoid them like the plague. They're going to be nice to me. I'm the boss. I'm taking them on. That's what they do. I don't want to talk to them. I just want to see how they work. Not how good their foils are, not how good they are at cutting, not how good they are at washing. I just want to see how they are. I want to see their people skills shine. Are they going to come and work for me and they're going to be happy for 8 hours a day? Do they love being with people? Because that's what we need. We're in the people business, guys. Do you love hanging around with people? So I set my staff to look after them. Okay? Number 4. I then get them back for another trial on another day. And there's a reason for that. I want to see if they're still happy. I want to see if they're still good. I then start setting a few traps for them in the back room. I get my staff to go on their phones, see if they go on their phones. Because, hey, 2 trials in, you shouldn't be on your phones. You should be running around gagging for this job. Okay. And then I'm weeding them out, guys. Okay. I started off with a big amount, like 150, and I'm going down and down. Stage 5. I'm going to circle this. I don't think I can circle it enough. This is really, really important, guys. What you see on the 3rd visit, okay, is what you've got for life. That stage 5, this one here, is so, so important. What you see is what you get. They are not going to change after their 3rd visit. That's why we need to have 3 trials. What you see is what you get. So if they've got a little bit of an attitude and you think, that's okay, they'll change, they won't. If they're lazy on that 3rd time, they're going to be lazy forever. If they're late, they're always going to be late. That third is so, so important, guys, to see that 3rd one. You've got to see that 3rd one. It's imperative. So when someone comes to me, like not long ago, this week, in fact, when this stylist came, this salon owner came to me and talked about a stylist, and she was saying that she's been here a few months. Well, what's she like? Skill, you train. You put effort in and you train them. If they're slow, you speed them up. If they're messy, you tidy them up. If they're just not good, you make them good. That's your job. That's your job. If it's attitude, it's a whole different thing, because you can't change attitude. On that 3rd visit, if you've employed them, that's it, guys. You're stuck with that person. I've learned the hard way. This technique works really, really well. So I'm going to ask you a question, guys. Okay, here's let's have a laugh. Who's the worst person you've ever took on? What's the worst person you ever took on? How long did they last? A day? A half a day? Did they steal from you? Who's the worst person you've ever took on? Hey, it's strange. I've took on some crazy ones. I remember I took on one in the UK. He stole from me. He had bad attitude. He was always skint. It was always negative. It was just like crazy stuff. Hey, but you know what? That was way, way, way before I had some systems in place. But in general, we've all took these people on, and I can guarantee all of you have left them in the salon too long. You know, you should have nipped them in the bud when we had when we had the choice. We know we did that, guys. You know. Yeah, I agree with some of you guys. I think it's so true. I think it really is. I think for us as salon owners, we have the choice. And I'm just going to de-share that. This is my interview, by the way. If you want to take a picture of that, that's how I do it. Stage 1, advert. Stage 2, I interview every single one, even the ones you know are junk. Because I'll tell you one thing, right, guys? I'm just going to explain something to you guys. I might offend you. I'm not too sure. But most of us who leave school as hairdressers and beauticians, we don't have very good qualifications. Usually we leave school and maybe a little bit naughty. because we're creative. That's just where we are. We don't want to sit in that regime. So when we come for an interview, we're not going to be polished and fantastic and great. It's just not going to happen. We are going to be different to everyone else. Our resumes should look awful compared to someone who's fantastic. So when you get these resumes in, how do you know if they're good or bad? Because I know for a fact that almost every single one that I've pulled out that went, I've been doing my mum's hair since I was 12, I cut my brother's hair when I was 13, and it's just rubbish. I think ones that like me, let me tell you, I have been a successful salon owner. I left school, I didn't have any movement to do anything at all. I didn't, and I was in my mum's clothes shop in the Burgess in Coventry, and the manager there said, let's do some skills, some interview skills, because my mum must have been moaning that he hasn't got a job yet. And I've left school already for a few weeks. I'm just bumming around. And this manager gave me a quick interview and went, look, okay, over the road there's a hairdresser's and there's a sign in the window saying, you know, apprentice wanted. Go over there now and apply for it. I went, no way, I don't want to be a hairdresser. Go over there now and do it. So I walked in there, went to reception, said, I've come apply for the job. The owner took me straight out the back and gave me an interview straight away. I sat there and did that interview, and then they offered me the job, and that's how I became a hairdresser. I was the most demotivated, unpassionate person you could employ. My resume said I hadn't done any work in his life, doesn't even want to be a hairdresser, got dragged over the road by my mum's boss, and I turned out the way I did because the minute I worked in that salon, I fell in love with hairdressing. It was great, it's been really kind to me. So for you guys, what I'm saying is this person who's going to come through the door isn't going to be super passionate, isn't going to be super motivated. They're just not, because if they were, they wouldn't be leaving their job as they are, where they are now. And secondly, if they're new, if they're an apprentice, they don't know it yet. They just know they're a bit different. They just know they don't want to get into maths or English or university. They want to do something and have fun all day. That's us. We've got to find that person. So interview them all. I don't care how bad their resumes are. Interview every single one. And they give them 3 chances, 3 bites of the cherry, and find out who they are. It's as simple as that. So I just want to make sure you got this through here, guys. I'm just going to stop share that, and I want to share this one. Here we go. Cool. I'm just going to check out who is on the line. Yeah, guys. Awesome. I like that. Let's get me out of here. Let's get to the comment section. Beautiful. Hey, awesome. Okay, we are here. Beautiful. Right. See this picture here? This girl has attitude, okay? So she works for you and she's late, she's sick, whatever her problems are, you as an owner are called to do 2 things. 1, is it attitude? Is it an attitude problem? Or is it maybe a family issue? Or maybe is it just a problem that she's got? You've got to decide which one it is. 1 you can help, 1 you cannot. It's as simple as that. The difference is, I want to do this because I like his little cutie face. Here we go. The difference is a dude like this. You can see he's a people pleaser. He may not be good. He may be a little bit slow, but you know what? He loves people. Look at him. He's just here to please. This is the sort of person that you actually want to take on. Hey, Christine Mills, how are you? Hey, Christine. I'm launching that course again next week, so you have a week to get back in touch with me. 1 week away, simple as that. Let's start. Tammy, hold on, I need to stop. Just stop that now, just stop that. Okay, Tammy, I've just read your comment. Tam, how long did you work for me for? Think about it. Come on, girl. You are trying to build an empire, right? You're trying to build something a bit special, and you've got all the right criteria now here in your brain, in your heart. You know what you want. You need to find someone who's got the same love as you. You're going to find them at the back of a bus? You're going to find them walking around airing a fair? You're going to have to look from town. Tell me what you want to do. Tell me. Put an advert out there on Facebook and tell me what your dream is, Tammy. Tell me what you're trying to achieve. Tell me, Tam. I need to know. And then I might come. You're going to find that person. They're out there looking for you now. But I need to know. And search them, you know. By the way, go for a 2nd year, Tam. Find someone who's been abused maybe by the people. They're 2nd year, they're halfway there, and you just put that spin on them. You know you can do that. Let's have a look. Tammy, what you're saying? You do know better, Tammy. You do know. High 5 to you. Hey, sorry, guys. Tammy used to work with me, so I feel I can give a little bit of a nudge and a push. I wouldn't do that to you guys. I always wouldn't do it. Not at all. So there you go, guys. My Friday Live was a If you want to get your salon from being just average in the war zone and you're just scrabbling around each week by week and that's it, to somewhere where it's got a good set of money, I mean like, thousands in the bank, a good bit of money. You can't do it on your own. You've got to choose the right team to do that. And that means doing it properly. Secondly, if someone works for you and it's not working out, they've either got bad attitude, okay, or they've got bad skill. You can train the skill, attitude you can't do. You've got to deal with that as well. And thirdly, you cannot grow your salon without attracting clients. You remember the picture of the old lady and the trendy dude? Who are you trying to attract? Who are you trying to attract here? Because they'll both be successful and they'll both make money. We know we go, I want the trendy guy because that's what we want. And it doesn't matter which one you go for. It's irrelevant. What matters is you've got to try and stick to something. Your marketing that you're putting out there, how to attract people. We call it pink sheets. We've been working on pink sheets, most of us have all week. On your pink sheets, our pink sheets, what we're working out is what we're trying to talk to these people, get the message out there. So it makes our Facebook really quite easy. But the thing for us is that we need to sit that at a certain level. We can't try and be everything to everyone. It won't work. If you opened a coffee shop or a nightclub, loving your words, if you opened up a coffee shop and a nightclub and you try to aim at 80-year-old grannies and 34-year-old trendy dudes, it's never going to work. Your hair salon is exactly the same, guys. It just is. You can't aim at both. There you go. So I went off topic, a bit ranty, but I thought today I wanted to teach them how to interview, how to look at your staff. And if you want that big dream, guys, someone's going to help you get there. Take a look at your team. Are they going to help you or hinder you? Because that's it. They're going to help you get there, which means they're going to do 3 times their wage. I'm going off topic. Sorry, I spoke to a lady yesterday, and she said she can't even get her staff to do 2 times wage. Really? But that's happening a lot now. It's happening a lot, and I blame you salon owners, by the way, not the staff. And I'll tell you why. Because you get match fit. So when you have boxers and footballers, they do practicing for a reason. So when they actually get match fit, they get match fit, which means a different fitness level than it actually is in training. It's just the way it works. My son did judo, and if he did a lot of competitions, you're a different level than if you don't. This is just playing, and this is match fitness. It's the same. Now, it's the salon I was talking to, they don't know what busy is. Their busy is average. They work hard, they're busy, but it's not full-on Christmas busy. But if you get used to being busy, your staff get used to being busy. So at the moment, this kind of get 2 times wage is that you guys seem to employ too quickly. You don't get enough clients. You employ someone, you don't know how to get new clients through the door. You've got to know how to attract clients, guys. You've got to know how to get clients through that door. And if you don't know how to get through that door, you've got to learn. Because your job is to get your staff to 3 times. Remember the triangle? I might show you it here if I can just find it, if it's in this group or not. Let's see. It is. Okay. One more show you this thing before we go. I'm going to share my screen with you now. This is really, you've gone. You fell over again. Here we go. Hold on there, guys. This is really important. Let me just try and take you off here. Let me just rub this off. We're still here. Hold your horses, guys. This is what I just want to show you this, and then we'll be all good. Let's get some black on there. Actually, nice blue. Cool. Take a look at this, guys. Make sure you are on. I can see you're on here now. Take a look at this, right? This is Nicole, our $1 million manager lady, created this, and this is what she believes. She gets people to 4 times their wage. If you're looking to try and get your managers trained, by the way, give her a call. It's a fantastic course that she's got there, and she is obsessed with getting everyone to 4 times wage. So I want you just to listen to this. Really hit home for me. Look at the blue one at the bottom here. So look at this one here. Okay, this one here. If your staff are doing 1 times wage, they're only covering their wage. Okay, simple. Look at it. It's just covering their wage and their wage alone. If you can get them to the next level here, 2 times wages, but some of your staff are not. Now look at it, it's about 1,700 here in Australia. Some of you guys can't even get your staff to that. If you get them to 2 times wage, it'll cover your bills, your rent, your telephone, your electricity, if you get them to 2 times wage. So if you're somewhere in here, guys, between the 2, okay, if you're in here, let me tell you something. I know you're struggling. You've got GST bills you're not paying, you've got bills you're putting on the knock, and you've never got cash left over. Whoa, what happened there? Let's go back, let's go back. Let's pull it back, guys, let's pull it back. We're loving this. It's coming. Let's just There we go. Cool. Let's bring it back. There we go. Okay, cool. So if we get ourselves here, okay, if that's where you are. If you're here, guys, in 2 times wage, if that's where you're sitting at the moment, like really? Actually, I've scribbled over it so much you can't even see it. Okay, there we go. If you're here at the moment, guys, at 2 times wage, if you're anywhere in between 2 and 1, I know you're struggling. I know you're in pain. I know you are. We call it the war zone. If you are anywhere below this line, honestly, it's going to have to be black now, guys. I'm sorry. If you are anywhere below this line at the moment, I know what you're in. Thanks, Diane. Love it. Yeah, you know what? I know if you're down below that line, I know you're feeling pain. I know you've got things on the knock. I know you're struggling to pay staff. You might have been paying super. You know, let's be honest. If you're below that line, you're only just covering your bills. I know it's hard because you're struggling, guys. You really are. Now, how do we make money as a hair salon? Guys, here. You know, 3 times the wage. Now, if you've got a stylist in here, they need at least, what, 24 to 30 clients a week in, week out, for at least 10 weeks gap, okay? That's 300 clients they need without losing any and with rebooking every single one. It's hard, guys. So that's why you need lots of clients and know how to attract them. It's tough out there, you know? Everybody I know at the moment, there's so many people are sitting there in the 2 times wage. You're just scraping by. It's wrong. It really is wrong. Okay, I think I've gone on way too much. Let's have a look at you guys. Leslie. Hey, Leslie, you just said there that your salon is busy. Is that because the pink sheets? Have you started pulling in people already from the course that you joined? Are you pulling people in? Awesome. Let's have a look. Might need me glasses to see all these guys. I've got a very little phone here, but let's go. Generally, I was in the war zone too long with one of my stylists. It seems hard to lose than to keep them, but it doesn't change. They have to go. You just have to go. They do have to go. They do. My wife's there telling me I have to go. Come on, say hi. Hey, Billy, how you going, mate? Hey, Billy, good on ya. Hey, you know what? It's simple. Is it attitude or not? But this guy's here. Take a look at this. This is really serious stuff. If you're not hitting 3 times wage, I know that you're in pain. You are in pain, guys. Get off your bums and do something about it. You know I have a course. It's cheap as chips. It's cheap as chips. Come and join me. It's simple as that. But you know what? You don't have to join me. I give you enough videos. Just go and do it. The problem is that I've ranted on. I've gone on 30 minutes I'm ranting about here. The truth is, like, Google is full of knowledge, right? We can find anything out we want. The problem is we don't do it. We need to commit. We need to put implementation into place. We all know, like, you guys know if your staff are busy or not. You guys know if your staff are pulling their weight or not. You guys know if your clients can't come in the door. You know this stuff. But you know what? It doesn't happen. You need accountability, guys. You need to get off your bum and have to get it done. You have 2 choices. You really do. And I think I put a post on Instagram yesterday. You know, no one's going to help you. Nobody. I think a lot of people out there are probably hoping you fail more than do good. The trouble is, guys, you've got to learn this stuff. Hairdressing, easy. You know, we've done it. We've learned our skills. It's now time to do it. Easy, easy, easy. Leslie. Hey, everybody, take a look at Leslie. She joined my course only, what, 2 weeks ago? Easy. What did you just say there? What did you just say? Surprisingly fast. Do you know what? If you get the right message to the right people, you'll grow fast. I totally agree. Leslie, I love it already because that's why I do what I do. I want to see people like you get results. We've got people, you're not the only one, by the way. People have private messaged me to tell me they're really busy. The staff are starting to get busy already. Leslie, love your work. Getting busy already. Only been on the course 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Boom. Boom. Love, love, love. Awesome. Hey, Billy, nice to catch you, mate. Nice to catch you. I think Lester at the top not long ago. My friend, Sports Lester, he digs me now and again. There you go. I think that's enough. If any of you guys want to ask me any questions, I'm here. Otherwise, I'm out of here. I've got some work to say. I've got to build my new course, which is really good. We're on week 2. Week 3 gets launched on Monday. Get ready for my call. We had a great call last week. We had, I think it was close to 15 people on the call. It was fantastic. Pump our way through and working, evaluating their salons. It's just awesome stuff. This is why we do this, guys. This is it. They're working privately with me. It's fantastic. All right, guys, I'm going to go through this. Diane, love it. Love you, Diane. Love you. I'm glad you're my course as well, which is awesome. Okay, guys, I think it might be time. Ali, awesome. Thank you. Always a pleasure, guys, on a Friday to bring you this message. And Yeah, give us some love. I'm just going to make myself, just so I can, there you go. High five to you guys. Go and earn some money today. Get that salon busy. Give them staff something. Hey, get them busy. Get them excited today. Walk in and do something different. Buy them breakfast. Make them feel like, hey, I'm loved here. All right, guys, gotta go. Catch you later. Oh, hey, Estelle. Estelle, any tips on employing the right person? I do, I really do. I have a piece of paper. I should put it on here. I might drop it in my tribe. If you guys are in the tribe of Revolutionary Salon Owners, I'm going to put it in there. It's a little task that I have. Estelle, message me today and I'll send you something privately if you want. What it actually is, it's a criteria that we send out to employing the right staff member. And that right staff member has to have the 3 things for me. And I'm sorry, it's 3 things. 1, they've got to be visually nice. They don't have to be pretty, but visually nice. 2, they've got to be happy. They've got to sit there and I ask them to their face, can you smile for 8 hours a day? Because that's what it takes to work with me. And 3, you've got to love people. Simple as that. 3 basic things. I have a list of things that they're good at foiling, they're good at cutting, etc., etc. And do you know what? It doesn't happen. I'm going to get dragged out any minute now. It's time to go. I'm overstayed my welcome. Good to go. Let's have a look, Estelle. Yeah, no problem, Estelle. I'll put it in the link in the tribe. You're in my tribe, so I'll pop it in there, and you'll see what that is. And I'm not sure if I've done a video on that or not. If I have, I'll pop it in for you guys. But it's really easy. If you watched this already, it's back to the beginning. I talked about how I interview, how I do, and what you see on the 3rd visit, guys, is what you get. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Give us some love. Let's see all the blues. Give us some thumbs up. Blue, 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 blue.